It's a trap!
Hi, my name is David Hassler, and I've taken AVP for 5 semesters, and I plan on taking it again for a 6th time next semester. Throughout this digital resume, I'd like to highlight some of the films I've worked on with Gilmore and outside of Gilmore. So, please enjoy, and thank you very much. The first video I'd like to highlight would be one I did on my own outside of Gilmore. I came up with the idea driving home from soccer practice one day, and a song came on my iPod. The song was Two Worlds by Disturbed. And the song brought to my mind some clips from the movie 300 that I thought went well with the sounds of the song. So what I did when I got home was I went through the movie and I found clips that went with how the song sounded. So I went into Premiere and compiled them together. And I think it turned out pretty well. So please enjoy Two Worlds, and the song is by Disturbed.
Two worlds are warring in me. Both sides are losing. Patience has died. None of the martyr in me drowns my conviction. Regions divide. Two worlds are warring in me, killing us now. Show me the light. Two worlds collide when them arrested.
The second video I'd like to highlight would be one of the projects I did with Gilmore. My teacher, Mr. Bears, gave us an orange ball and a Photoshop document. And that was all we had to work with. He said animate it, use video, use extra things, use whatever you want, but you have to animate this orange ball and make an interesting video. Immediately, Mario came into my mind. Maybe I can make the orange ball go through Mario Land. So that's what I did. I created a Mario Land in Photoshop, and then I created each element as well and animated that within Premiere. It was hard and tedious, but it was also very fun to do, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I hope you enjoy it as well. This is Mario. My third and probably most important video I made is a digital documentary about a Korean War veteran named Dr. Ron Bayless. The video bases itself around a poem called The Way of the Warrior that Dr. Bayless wrote. Also, in the middle there is an interview I conducted with him. The creation of the video was very long and tedious, however it was very enjoyable. I spent about 50 hours over the summer in the editing lab, as well as about 10 to 15 hours throughout the school year interviewing him. And like I said, it was very fun, and I learned very much about the Korean War. Please enjoy The Way of the Warrior.
Measure of devotion, having given up all of their tomorrows so that we might have today. Opportunity, discovery, learning, to be given the opportunity to learn, to understand a part of life not only from a philosophical and academic sense, but from a hands-on experiential frame of reference, that knowledge is not whole until the way of the peacemaker is learned. To the young people, by the virtue of your existence here and now, you will be part of a human population who will witness and be attestants to wonderful discoveries in your lifetime. And you will lead us well into the 21st century. And one of the questions we ought to be asking ourselves at this time is, will you be ready? As the lyricist wrote in a certain song so poignant and reflecting, there is a road which leads to tomorrow, and the pathways are to be found in the recesses of our mind. It is what we teach our children today, helping to shape and form their minds, helping them to be able to dream, to think, to grow, to take them on many roads to many places to see and experience a world around them that will ultimately prepare them to accept the challenges and to be able to live in those tomorrows. And so to the young students, to young people, the way of the warrior, the way of the peacemaker, to understand the difference. Throughout my life, The virtues in humankind which I most highly cherish are those of duty, honor, and character. While at times these attributes were unclear to me, I began to learn that one of the most venerated and cherished is that of peacemaker. In my youth I would ask, who is this? Who is that would be the peacemaker? Who is this in humankind? Let me know the thoughts, let me see the face. Who is this peacemaker?
Well, I hope you've enjoyed my resume. While there's only 3 videos on it, there is more I have done and more that I definitely plan on doing. I'm very excited to see what I do in the future using my talents I have learned through the Gilmore AVP department. I would not have been able to do any of this without them. Thank you very much for your consideration. And again, my name is David Hassler, and I love video making.